You know, people are being really weird about this game right now. Like I can't tell you how many TikToks I've seen where there's one person who says, "Oh, should I get Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?" And then one person who has the game says, "Well, when I opened up the game, my entire Switch froze, and then an image of Ash with blood eyes appeared before the game bricked my entire Switch and deleted all my save files and killed my entire fucking family." Oh, I shouldn't buy the game then? What? That's not what I said. This game is awesome. You have to go to GameStop right now and buy a copy for yourself and each of your 1.94 kids. And I kind of get it, because this game is like a perfect set of pros and cons. And it makes it really hard, in my opinion, to say whether or not you should buy it. Like, on one hand, the game's a mess. Sure, the glitches are rare, and there are ways to mitigate it, but holy shit are they bad. And the game normally isn't much better. Low frame rates, the weird fucking frame rate distance thing, and the most common one which broke immersion all the time being broken shaders and landscapes. On the other hand, the game has the best writing probably ever in a Pokemon game. 2 out of 3 of the storylines are actually well written, which is really weird to say for a Pokemon game. The third one is kind of mid though. Wow, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that could be. I don't know who that is. Oh, please reveal it slower. It's Penny. Oh my god. Oh my god. On one hand, this is a Pokemon game, so it's fun. People copy it for a reason. It's a fun game. On the other hand, this is a slow Pokemon game. And you know, they fixed this in Arceus. They boosted attack animation, they made everything super streamlined, but because of their stupid fucking release schedule, this game was probably in development during that game's development, so they couldn't take much from it. What they could have done is not take 2 hours for the fucking intro like Sword and Shield did. Similarly, on one hand, this is an open world Pokemon game, which is cool. On the other hand, traversing it is not fun. You don't get any fun traversal methods until late in the game. Everything fucking kills you. This map sucks. You can't tell in a region full of mountains what is a hill and what is a sheer cliff. On one hand, the game has some decently challenging fights. Like, I'm shit at Pokemon, but I feel like they were a lot harder than regular games. On the other hand, fights don't scale, so you can't prioritize certain fights despite the game being open world and you being able to go to them. Like in Breath of the Wild, it definitely leads you to certain locations first, but it doesn't stop you from going to Goron Mountain. You'll probably just die though. Like in this game, where you'll probably just die from the level 40 Pokemon. Doesn't mean the boss should be harder. Instead, I just get an unwinnable fight early, or worse, go to a really easy fight late and one-shot it. Which, it's really fun. It's really fun. I do, in fact, love playing Cookie Clicker. Speaking of really fun and totally not boring at all, some of these gym tests are some of the least fun I've ever had in a video game. And I've played Terraria. On one hand, the game has so much character. The gym leaders and side characters are memorable with fun animations where they terrestrialize and cutscenes, and the Pokemon have cute animations that give them a lot of character. On the other hand, this game has 0 character whatsoever. The cities feel like they were just kind of put there. None of the cities are memorable except for the water one, but that one feels really out of place in the environment. There are no indoor shops, just these menus. You can't talk to people. Instead of the Elite Four having these cool areas or being in a big stadium, it's in a blue box. And Paldea is probably the worst region in terms of geography ever, which is really cool for the first ever open world Pokemon game. A part of that is that on one hand, the game looks awful. There is not a single moment in this entire game that I thought looked good. There are moments that are interesting, but oh my god, did they just decide that the aesthetic of the game will just be puke and gray with a dash of hard lighting and shitty textures. And you can't say the problem is the Switch. The problem isn't the Switch. Breath of the Wild ran on the Switch. Mario Odyssey ran on the Switch. Pokemon Let's Go, a good-looking Pokemon game, ran on the Switch. The Witcher runs on the Switch. And you're sitting here saying it's the hardware limitations of the Switch? I'm no Nintendo defender. Fuck Nintendo. But it's not the Switch. It's just the fucking release schedule of these Pokemon games that makes them always rushed. It is just awful. On the other hand, there's nothing. This is the one thing I can see it on. There's no counter to it. 3.5 out of 5 for Pokemon fans. It's the best game in a decade. 2 out of 5 for everyone else. 3 out of 5 for me. I'm not getting the sale.